The foreign ministers of Germany and the Netherlands have held a trilateral meeting with Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky in Kiev. Delegations were heard discussing military support for Ukraine in its conflict with Russia, as well as alleged war crimes committed by Russian troops in the Ukrainian town of Bucha, which the German Foreign Minister Baerbock had visited earlier. Baerbock's visit marks the first time a senior German minister has traveled to the country since the fighting broke out on February 24th. Allied NATO soldiers have taken part in an international military exercise at the German-led NATO battalion base in Rukla, Lithuania. Soldiers trained for possible contamination scenarios, wearing protective gear and hosing down tanks. While German Bundeswehr Operations Command Chief says Germany was ready to make more troops available to NATO. The Iron Wolf 2022I military exercise, which runs until May 20, assesses battle group abilities to plan and conduct military operations in decisive action environments. The Spanish government has sacked the country's spy chief, Paz Esteban, following the disclosure of the use of Pegasus software to snoop on Spanish officials. The move comes after the Spanish government had detected the Pegasus spyware in the mobile phones of Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez and Defense Minister Margarita Robles, after announcing that Esteban was being substituted by Esperanza Castillero. Defense Minister Robles says the National Intelligence Center will keep improving to avoid security breaches. A lawsuit has been filed in Kenya against Facebook owners' Meta platforms, alleging that poor working conditions for contracted content moderators violates the Kenyan constitution. The petition, which also had charges against Meta's local outsourcing company, Sama, was filed by a former moderator. The petition alleges that moderators in Kenya have been subjected to poor conditions, including irregular pay, inadequate mental health support, and violations of their privacy and dignity. And finally, on Global Tidbits, Argentina's President Alberto Fernandez has arrived in Madrid, where he met Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez as he kicks off a tour of Europe. Though the leaders did not hold a news conference after the meeting, journalists gathered that Fernandez is also set to meet Spain's King Felipe later on and will be heading to Berlin on Wednesday. Argentina's president also plans to visit France over the weekend, where a meeting with French President Emmanuel Macron is pending confirmation. And that's it on Global Tidbits.